Hello everybody, this is Dr. Talcott. I'm practicing neurosurgery in Atlanta right now. And a lot of questions I receive, for the most part, are really, some people ask me, what is intelligence? Or, how do you increase it? In the philosophical realm, we have the definition of intelligence as describing your ability to reason, your ability to recall things, overall your ability to live harmoniously in your environment. That's great on the philosophical standpoint, but what about the biological standpoint? To be clear, there is no biological standpoint of intelligence. It could mean, how many. The difference between someone like Einstein and myself, I would say, have to be. There are a number of studies that conducted. I don't know if they were by any reputable source, but some of them said that he had many more neurons than the regular person, and other ones said that he had many more glial cells than the regular person. That, doesn't explain anything at all. So, what's the basis? You're sitting there being, how can I increase my intelligence? What do I do? Well, there are a number of things you could do. Firstly, what's the basic thing? Sleep. Now, I'm not a big believer in sleep myself. I get around 5 hours sleep a day. But if I had the ability to sleep 8 hours a day, I would take it. Definitely that would increase my function during the day. Obviously, I don't think that this will increase your intelligence, increase your IQ, anything like that. But I do think it'll increase your efficiency during the day. Some studies, I'm not a neuroscientist, I'm just a surgeon, but some studies, there are always all these studies out there that contradict each other all the time, but some studies say that every time you go to bed, your neurons regenerate. I don't know if that's true. My frank belief, I think that there's this type of gray area that MRI scans see, and it washes away this liquid during the night. That's what I think happens when you're sleeping. I think I went too technical there without explaining anything, so just forget that. Overall, sleeping helps you. Just keep it as that. Say, for an adult, 6 hours a day is good. 8 hours a day is ideal, but we don't live in an ideal world, do we? For a child, for a teenager, 7, 8 hours is good. Although many teenagers try to think that they're Superman and get 3 hours of sleep. I don't think that's very good for you. Definitely, when I was around, when I was in university, my bachelor's program, I think I slept for around 7 hours a day. And in high school, I slept for 5 or 4, and then I saw a great increase in my grade point average. So definitely sleeping does help you, but that's not ideal for us. We don't want to hear the way you get intelligent is by sleeping. The other most basic thing is exercise. That's another thing that we hear, exercise. Out of the window. For me, that's my case as well. I don't like to exercise either. In fact, I never exercise. It's very bad, but yeah. I remember I did a report on this in medical school talking about how exercise should be mandatory for all kids in high school in the mornings because it increases some type of glucose flow in your body. Also increases blood flow everywhere around the body. You don't just want to be sitting down where gravity's pushing your blood down. Obviously, there's also the magnetic factor. This is written in some Sanskrit writings that you should face north this way when studying. Some people take it as a myth, but keep in mind your blood has a lot of iron in it, and the Earth does have a magnetic pull, a very, very strong one. Keep in mind, India as a landmass every single year. Don't quote me on this. but it's been going up to the poles at 1.25 centimeters a year. So definitely, it's pulling a landmass. Here's the pole. Here's India. It's being shifted 1.2 centimeters every single year. That's a lot. So, facing a certain direction, I think it's crucial. Maybe when you're studying, you should face north, because the lobe here definitely is associated more so with reasoning, with mathematical reasoning. The left brain, right brain thing is just it's a myth. In my opinion, I discounted a long time ago. They work together, but I don't believe that this is the left side. This side is not more so mathematics oriented, and this side is not more creativity oriented. I think that's just some new age propaganda. What I'd say about it. So we got two things. We got sleep. We got exercise, which is definitely can make you smarter. But what about ways to synthetically increase your intelligence? People always want the short way around things. It turns out that there are. They're called stimulants. They're called cognitive stimulants or cognitive enhancers. There's the legal side and there's the more recent legal side. We can start with the legal side. Ritalin, Adderall. There's their number Speed, I think one of them is called. Those are on the legal side. I'd say stay away from them. But as a result of Ritalin and Adderall, some chemists and doctors have created a stream of legal cognitive enhancers. Firstly, we've got caffeine, which is really, really old. That definitely is a cognitive stimulant. You should have that before an exam or an interview. Every day you should have coffee in moderate. That it's proven to be good for you due to its antioxidant effects. Same with alcohol, but I don't drink. That's proven to have antioxidants that go overall good for your body and brain. But moving on to the actual nootropics, that's something that was derived from Adderall drugs, from Ritalin. Those drugs were more so used for helping ADHD kids with ADHD cope with their disability to focus on things for long periods of time, to overall increase their concentration skills. And there have been a number of nootropics that replicate this effect in a much subtler and obviously less harmful way than an actual drug. Keep in mind, these are all drugs. Nootropics are more, they're not illegal, so that tells you something off the bat. But some of them include, I've been using Noopept, Adrofenol, I believe one of them is called, Alpha GPC is one of them. I think the brand that is called Alpha Brain. But I'm not doing school right now. What I do is use my hands to operate on people. But I need to have good hand-eye coordination skills. And definitely, I think the Noopept has worked in a subtle way, but I don't really think that it has made me smarter in any way. I think the maximum dosage I've had was around 40 milligrams. Yeah, 40 milligrams, 50 I think is the maximum. That's 5 times higher than the normal limit. Whenever I have a dosage, I'm always taking higher than the normal dosage. Don't ask me why, but being a doctor of medicine, I do crazy things as well. So there are two sides of the story. Definitely, though, getting away from the digression, I'd say that nootropics does help. You would want to, keep it. You want to monitor how well you do, because keep in mind, early on in my medical career, I've learned that drugs work differently on different people. That should be a fairly common. Some person might be able to use 10 milligrams of Noopept and have 2 hours of sleep and automatically feel energized. Myself, on the other hand, however, would take 50 milligrams and not feel a thing. So definitely it all depends on your biological system. Everyone is different. You should know that. So see what's right for you. But definitely, I'd say if if you work in a career that involves a lot of math, if you're work in finance or something, or still in school, definitely use Noopept. That's the best nootropic I've found. Because I think I haven't done too much studying on this, but I think it's not part of the racetam family. It's part of a new one, and somewhere I read that, I don't know if it's true. This is all just from the businesses that promote this stuff. They say that it's around 1,000 times more potent. I think I'm plagiarizing exactly word for what they said. Don't ever take things for face value. I don't know the science behind it. But I do know that it helps more than something like adrenal. I think I even have a bottle here. I'm getting my bag out. Yeah, so this one. Yeah, not even FDA approved, so very risky. But it won't kill you or anything. I can say that for sure. I'm not a stupid person, so I wouldn't take crack cocaine and say it's okay. Trust me. These are good ways of. How can I explain it? I'm not even confident enough to say that it makes you smarter or makes you function better, but it all depends on your biological system. Last thing I want to say is always have your supplements. Keep in mind your brain is 60% fat. And I think that some people get 100% of their fat from McDonald's chicken burgers, from Burger King chicken nuggets, from simple croissants. Got the manager special here. Don't know whether that works since things are not. These are probably close to expiry date. But keep in mind that your brain is 60% fat, and if you're having the wrong fats, consider yourself. Well, don't want to be too harsh, but just get the right fats. Polyunsaturated fats are the fats that are good. Unsaturated fats are the good ones. Monounsaturated fats are the bad ones. That's in margarine, I believe. So get your omega-3. You should be taking at least. Well, there's this product called Weber's Naturals. You should have it. It is very much essential to your cardiovascular health as well as your mind function. I think they did a study on rats, and rats that were studied that were suffering from I think dementia functioned better in after a couple of weeks after being fed certain dosages of omega-3. I think it was more so DHA that contributed to this. So definitely have your omega-3. Like I said, Eskimo amounts. Well, for those of you who don't know, Eskimo amounts are, there's this place where Eskimos fish, and that's all they eat. I described it very, very poorly, like a high school student. Okay, basically, the Eskimo people, they have a diet mainly of cold water fish, and coincidentally, that is very, very, very high in omega-3. So normally, the average Eskimo man would get around, I think, 1,400 grams of omega-3 milligrams. I think, milligrams. So usually you should be getting, around 1,000 grams. That's very good for you. I think that's 6 tablets of Weber's Natural. Yep, yeah, I think it's 6 tally, and I'll just Google it right here. Okay.